The title of today's Brandon's blog is Canada Recovery Benefit Act. Everything you need to know if CRA is in battle with you for repayment. During the COVID-19 pandemic, in the worst of it with all the lockdowns, the government of Canada was fast to hand out money to help Canadians survive. There was very little checking at the front end on all the applications that were filed. Now we're entering a different phase where Canada Revenue Agency is now looking at every application and all the money it handed out. And if it does not feel it has adequate proof in order to show that the applicant was eligible to receive the benefit, then they are asking the taxpayer for documentation. And if they are not satisfied with the documentation, they are making demand for the return of the money. My name is Ira Smith, president of Ira Smith Trustee and Receiver, Inc. Both Brandon Smith and myself are available to answer any questions you may have, either about this Brandon's blog or anything else at all. Shoot us a message, give us a phone call. We would love to speak with you. We are now handling insolvency filings for people who received the Canada Recovery Benefit, used the money to pay rent and to buy food. They have now been asked by CRA for documentation to prove they were eligible for the money they received. They supplied the documentation, and CRA was still not happy, and they made demand on the people to repay the money that they do not have anymore. So Brandon goes through in the blog below the entire Canada Recovery Benefit Program, which of course has been closed for some time now, and how that benefit program used to work. And of the various requirements, the main one was that you have to have shown that in 2019 and 2020, or in the 12 months preceding the date of your application, you made at least $5,000 from employment income or self-employment income. The thing that CRA never made clear to self-employed people is that they're not looking at top-line revenue, they're looking at bottom-line net income. So if you suffered a loss from self-employment, that means you did not qualify for the benefit, even though you were just as needy as any other Canadian and just as deserving. So the benefit ran out. Brandon then goes through 3 benefit programs the government brought into play afterwards, and they have all run out. So now we're in the phase where CRA is going after people to repay the money. So what kind of proof can they ask for? There was a court decision not too long ago that said T4 statements may not be enough proof. So the fact that you filed your tax returns every year and you included your income documentation and CRA has it in their system, that's not good enough. Because under the Canada Recovery Benefit Act, the legislation says that the minister can ask for any information the minister wants in order to verify your eligibility for the program. So the courts have held that as far as employed people, employees, examples of sufficient proof would be things like not only your T4 statement, but also things like pay stubs, letter of employment, confirming you were employed, and other internal company information. And if you were let go, then your record of employment. As far as self-employed individuals, they can ask to see copies of all the invoices you've generated in your business. So it is very far-reaching, and CRA can ask literally for whatever it wants. So will you have to ever repay the Canada Recovery Benefit? The answer is, if you were never eligible, and it could be as simple as that you made a mistake, you thought you were, then yes, you could have to repay it. So I invite you to read the entire Brandon's blog below, because I know you will get value from it. Again, both Brandon Smith and myself are available to answer any questions you may have, either about this Brandon's blog or anything else at all. So shoot us a message, give us a phone call. We would love to speak with you.